In this video, a deep dive review of the Mark Holcomb signature Scarlet and Scourge pickup set from Seymour Duncan. I'd like to start by fitting these into the current lineup of Periphery guitar pickups. Seems like the three guitar players have two pickup sets, one for the heavy, aggressive, forgiving side, and another for the cutting, dynamic, and more specialized side. These are Mark's latter pickup sets. So if you prefer the Juggernauts to the Ragnaroks, chances are you'll prefer the Scarlet Scourge to the Alpha Omega. I know the Alpha Omega might seem like the most obvious comparison, but they're actually chalk and cheese. I think it's meant to be more complementary to the two faces of Periphery's guitar sound. The Alpha Omega is a sonic bully, assuming it hasn't been heavily manipulated. For example, a snare drum occupying 150 to 250 Hz in the low end, so is the Alpha Omega. The sustain of a cymbal 10K and above, so is the Alpha Omega. The mid-range compresses in a similar way to a lot of the bass guitar sounds for this style of music, and they're just omnipresent. So if you're looking to be heard a little bit more, have a little bit more forgiveness, like pinch harmonics being a little easier to obtain, or you just want a meaner sounding pickup, then go with the Alpha Omega. Or on the other hand, maybe you want the Scarlet and Scourge. You want something that'll cut through a little bit more, complement the instruments a little bit more, just be overall more versatile pickup and make more guitar sounds, and be able to plug and play with a lot more different kinds of rigs and styles of music. Unfortunately, I can't make this decision for you, but I can give you this. Now the Scourge bridge pickup features an Alnico 8 magnet, which is a little different than an Alnico 5 or a ceramic that's typically used for these kinds of guitar pickups. What I've noticed is I've had to push the gain a little further than I would for traditional metal guitar pickups. For example, on my Majesty, my amp gain is set at like 1.5, and for the Scourge I go to 1.9, so a little bit difference in gain. And what I've noticed about that is if you pick like an elephant walking downstairs, you get to kind of play with the headroom a little bit more and it can sound a little bit more musical. But you can push the gain a little further for all those great djenty sounds. And for those of you who have quite the knack for dialing in guitar tone, you know the more you push the gain, the more it kind of oversaturates and just sounds like everything else. But that was not the case with these pickups, which is probably one of my favorite features. It kind of maintains those special Seymour Duncan qualities and has a lot more dynamics through a lot more operating gain range. Independent from their obvious rivals, these are not surprising in a pleasant way. They're on the darker side of the spectrum for tone, so adjust accordingly. Traditional power chord shapes sound like any old Duncan. String clarity is passable, and the djent is pretty good. Another very likable feature is they do not go off the deep end in any particular direction. Trend that I'm seeing with a lot of contemporary metal and prog pickups is there's like this really intense upper mid spank that sounds incredible in context. And then you go to play anything else and it sounds like you left your wah pedal on. These can adjust accordingly with very little intervention. Mark himself has said that the single coil tone was a high priority when developing these pickups, and I can say that it works well and it's really easy to use because the juxtaposition is just there. I particularly like the single coil sound in the bridge pickup as a lead tone. I played these pickups for a very long time before doing this review because I didn't want to be honeymooning at the time of the review. And from my perspective, it seems the most ideal market for these pickups is someone looking to walk the gap between intense single coil sounds and a traditional modern metal pickup, or a traditional metal pickup like a JB or a Deactivator and something more modern with lots of string clarity, because you get controllable headroom and richness, but it's not thunderous low end. As someone who has owned the Alpha Omega set in multiple guitars with multiple string configurations and multiple wood configurations, I can say I do like the Scarlet and Scourge more than the Alpha Omega set. However, it is a little bit more of the same for what I already own, and I just didn't get an overwhelming spark that these pickups won me over versus other pickups that I have been playing in the same category. Let me know in the comment section where you think the Scarlet and Scourge fit in the Periphery pickup catalog. I can't wait to get my hands on the DiMarzio Mirage, and that's it for this video. Please subscribe and like.